Hi, and welcome to another episode of Conversation with a Chef. I'm Jo Ritty, and I love sharing with you the conversations I get to have with talented and passionate chefs. It's the backstory, if you will, to the food they're putting up. I begin today by acknowledging the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, traditional custodians of the unceded land where this conversation takes place, and I pay my respects to their elders past, present, and emerging. Giorgio Linguanti arrived in Australia from Sicily with no English, no cheese-making experience, and no plans to start a dairy empire, and yet here we are. That's Amore Cheese, the company he founded, is now beloved across the country and beyond our shores for its fresh, authentic Italian cheeses, from silky ricotta to smoky scamorza, and of course the show-stealing Burrata. Giorgio introduced Burrata to the Australian market and has built his business and his reputation on passion, perseverance, and a very good palate. I last saw Giorgio at the launch of his Burrata book, the first and only book in the world dedicated to this pillowy, cream-filled cheese. It's not just a collection of recipes, though these are glorious. It's also a deep dive into the backstory of Burrata, its history, its evolution, and the politics of production in its birthplace, Puglia. I sat down with Giorgio in his Thomastown HQ to talk about how the book came together, what happened when he went looking for Burrata's origins, and why he believes obstacles are often just gentle nudges in a better direction. Let's talk about the book, because I was just saying how beautiful the book is, and that several people today said to me they want one.
Inside that, the idea of the book came up a few years ago when I was sitting in the cafe downstairs where you have the coffee, and thinking about the burrata. And we didn't have any burrata in our menu. But all the restaurants around the city, all the best chefs were using burrata to develop dishes. And I said, how can it be possible we making the burrata and we not serving to our cafe burrata? We should have a burrata everywhere. So I went up to the manager, to the chef, and I said, guys, I want to put burrata everywhere. Actually, I want you to create some dish with burrata. Some dishes, they start to come up. Every week he was coming with new ideas and new specials with the burrata always. And it was so interesting. Then I said, you know what, we should do a book about burrata. I would look on the internet, there was nothing around the world about burrata.
Yes.
Even in Italy. And so I said, I want to do a book. Start to collecting recipe. It stops there. I mean, my conversation with the chef and my manager, it stopped there. I didn't say nothing to the marketing team, to nobody else. I said, let's start to collecting recipe because I want to do a book. First year, second year. At the end of the second year, I said, Carlos is you see him on the book. There's a little story about him. We tried also to create a profile about him. He's a very talented chef, yes. Colombian, but with a passion also for Italian food. He's been working in Italy and in New York and other places. And I said, a couple of years after the first conversation, I said, how many recipes we have? We have about 50 recipes. I said, okay, let's now put together everything, start to make happen. So at the time, then I said to Serena, I want to do the book on burrata. So, okay. I express, when everyone now talking about manifesting.
Yes.
This business, that's Amore Cheese, has been coming from God. I always say that because it can be possible. Always when I think about something happen, I need something, people sending the right people at the right moment for everything, and everything look like falling into
yes,
a
that's
place.
Right.
So we went to an event, and we met this person who was working in marketing. We spoke about this project. She said to us, yes, I can help you to write and put together the book. Okay, give us a quote. We start like this.
Okay.
So we start to create an index, this and that. We start to put together all the information. We did a photo shoot about the recipe, and I sent these few photos to this friend of mine in Italy. He's the guy that invented the machine that making burrata.
Okay. Oh.
Before 2021, there was nobody. All the burrata in the world was made by hand. Then this guy invented this unique machine to make burrata. And he revolutionized the world of this product around the world. Because now the product become more consistent, more clean because there is less handling involved, and more easy to produce in more volume, so to distributing everywhere. And in particular with this machine, we have the same machine now from 2022. We are able to make a little burrata 30 grams, they all look 30 grams, and then 60 grams. So you can make some cute things. So I sent these pictures with my WhatsApp to Carmine. I said, Carmine, look, we started the book about burrata. He was happy about. He said, Giorgio, you know what? I met this guy. He's the nephew of the guy that invented the burrata.
What?
Do you have his number? Yes, I got his number.
Yeah.
Can you give it to me, please? He gave me the number. I contacted this guy. So after we did the photo shoot, all the recipe, I said to the team, we go in Italy. We go and interview this guy because I think in the book, if you make a complete book, you want to know everything about burrata.
Yes.
You want to know. You want to know the story? You want to know. If we can put some testimonial, real things, it would be amazing. So we created this little group. I was going to Italy also for other things, but this group came for 1 week. We travel through Puglia. This is the region where burrata was invented. We interviewed this guy, this old guy, Antonio Asselta. He brought us into the original farm, into the original shed, around the little street of this city called Andria in Puglia, where burrata was invented in 1935. We went to see the auntie, and his auntie was, yes, his auntie. The lady was married to this guy that invented the burrata. And so we spoke. It was a fantastic journey. We went across some particular experience also. In Italy, there's all this association about product. Reggiano have its own, it's called consortium. There's a born to protect the product, to put some rules and protocols in the way the product needs to be produced, and protect and promote. The burrata have the same, have also a consortium. So this is not mentioned. This story is not mentioned in the book. We went and see this guy, the president of the consortium. We contacted him by phone. I contacted before leaving Australia. I said, yeah, I'm available to do an interview. I said, yeah, we're creating a book informative about burrata. And then when the day before we were supposed to meet, he pulled the pin. First of all, say, burrata, I don't know if we should meet. We think the burrata out of Puglia for our, the way we think, the way we're promoting, out of Puglia, out of our region should be called field burrata. I say, listen, if it is what it's your association rules, let's put it on the book. It's information, real information. I want to give it to the readers. Information, they are real. But at the end, he was not happy to do an interview and to do any declaration, and not even to bring us in some little cheese factory where we want to do some pictures and video of real burrata made in Puglia in small places. Me and the team, especially me, because I have this animosity on the phone call, I said to everyone, you know what, tonight let's have a dinner, an extra glass of wine. Tomorrow morning we think about what to do. That's it. In the morning after breakfast, we Google up best burrata in Andria. We went to this little cheese factory, and this is cheese factory now. Actually, Delizia di Latte is in the book. And we walk in. I say, hello, my name is Giorgio. I'm coming from Australia. Do you make burrata? Yes. Is it possible to photograph the process? And the owner, the lady, the wife, there was a husband, wife, son working the business, and a few other workers in production in the deli. And the wife said, as long as you buy, yes.
Nice, yes.
Okay. So the full troop, we went inside, we make a friend, we make pictures, we were all happy. And these people, these people was making an original fantastic burrata because they were using local milk from Puglia. They have their own cows. They were separating their own cream, using their own cream, and making a real product. And they were not part of this consortium of Puglia. the burrata.
Oh.
And they were not believing in the funny politics that was behind this consortium. That was protecting just the big guys, making burrata with curd or milk from Germany and UHT cream. So we not agree with them, and then even make a proper space for us. So we decided to not stay into the consortium. So at the end, we ended up to find the right guy.
Yes.
So again, coincidence, manifestation. I believe in God, and I say He sent us the obstacle to send us into other direction for reason. So the book turned out to be very informative. During our tour in Puglia, we went and photographed some ancient variety of chaos. Think about 100 years ago in Puglia, there was no Frisian and Jersey. There were this variety called Podolica. They great cows with horns. They were grazing freely on the paddock. There was a different way they were being milked by hand. There was another story. So we photographed these cows, tried to give it to the reader real information for people that are real passionate about the product. So the story, the evolution, the production, the artisanal production, semi-industrial production, proper industrial production, and then the recipe. The recipe, they're amazing. I tried pretty much all of them, and it's very...
and the photos of the recipes are beautiful. And what struck me was that there's quite a few dessert recipes as well with the burrata, and it looks divine.
The dessert recipe, they've been created by Dario. Dario Di Clerico is my business partner in the Ugo Burrata bar, and he's very creative. He created this recipe. I'm in love with some of them.
Yes, I spoke to Dario on Monday. Yeah, so
yeah, I saw some posts about that. That's amazing. Yeah. And really, when you try, because again, it's not a recipe just to be a recipe. We tested this recipe of the dessert burrata, the be in the menu for more than 3 months in a Ugo Burrata bar with so much success about. So, yeah.
I came to your the launch of That's Amore in Coles, to the launch of that last year, and we came away with that amazing bag of goodies of all your cheese, or some of the cheeses, which are so delicious. But there was a ravioli that we ate there, and my friend who came with me she still talks about that ravioli. So that was filled obviously with your cheese. It was just so delicious. Yes. The products are really stand far apart from a lot of other cheeses that we have, and I'm so fascinated because you learnt from scratch when you came here. So
I learned from scratch, and I put my mind into what it means. I went with my palate, and when I learned how to, let's just talk about the simple ricotta. When I start to make my cheeses and I learn how to make a ricotta, I understand the parameters how you need to make a ricotta. It looks like a simple cheese. For me, is the best dairy product. Is whey protein, low fat, whey protein because it's coming from the whey. So all my colleagues, Italian style cheese company, they in Italy as well, they think the ricotta is a leftover. It's something with not much value because it's coming from the whey is a leftover. For me, for the high quality of nutrient in this product, so whey protein, low fat, very digestible, very light, and very nutrient because the whey protein is exactly the same protein people take for the gym. Very noble protein. And in the full dairy family, it's the best product. It's the product that should be at the top of the ladder as a nutrient. When I learned how to make a ricotta, sounds a simple process, but really there's a lot of little things to know about. We talk about pH and temperature, and I adjusted the recipe to have a ricotta that is very fluffy and smooth. With not adding any cream, because the product has to stay low fat. So in the way you nail the pH and the temperature and the right quantity of salt, it's become a product that was no new it on the market when I started to make my ricotta delicata. People was approaching ricotta just for cooking. Often it was a grainy texture in your mouth, and not everyone was enjoying like this. When I start to put the ricotta on the market, people will start to discover a new way to enjoy, especially spreading on the toast, on the bread, on a salad, everywhere. So what I did in the approach on the cheese making, I realized, and this was coming because I was making cheese myself every day with milk in the beginning from different region, from northern district, from western district, from the Gibson area, in different season, and asking the drivers, what are the cows, what's the farm at the moment? Oh, it's full of glova. Okay, so I understand why the milk was different. I did so much experience because protein in the milk. But sometimes people think about milk is 3.5 or 4% fat and 3.5% protein. But protein depends on what food the cows eating. They are different. It's like us. We can have in our dietary calories. We put in our body 1,000 calories, but there are 1,000 calories from pasta or 1,000 calories from meat or from, so different nutrient. Exactly the same things is about the cows. If they're eating glova or another variety of grass, the structure of the protein can be stronger, can be weaker, is different. It is creating flavor about what they're eating, the difference in flavor, a different in structure, and also depends on what variety of cows they are. We all know there is a few different varieties of cows. Some are for beef, some are for dairy. And the variety we're using at the moment, they are the Jersey cows, little brown cows, or the Frisian cows, black and white cows. This one. In Australia, as a dairy family, also there is another one called Aussie Red, very unique. It's been grown in Australia, selected in Australia, but it's not become super popular. There is a few farms. It's a very good quality milk. Now, for my personal, because I go a lot by flavor, I enjoy cheeses. I eat all the cheeses, not just mine. I enjoy cheeses from other cheesemakers as well. And I eat the cheese and I really enjoy and see the difference. I realize that despite the color, now we touch another topic. Frisian cows tend to make a little bit more white milk, especially if it's a summer or they grain fed. If they are grain fed, the milk will be much whiter. If they eat in grass, start to become yellowish. But between Frisian and Jersey is much more yellow.
Okay.
More rich in cream and more yellow. But the flavor profile is outstanding. So I was talking to some Italian chef, mostly Italian, because in Italy, the cows, they don't stay on the paddock like in Australia. The cows in Italy, they stay in the shed, get fed with dry food, with hay, with pellets, with whatever. Being fed with dry food, the milk tends to be more whiter. On the pizza, this mozzarella, especially on the pizza, is white. So Italian chef, especially pizza chef, they were complaining for this yellow color and try to have this white mozzarella. But white mozzarella in Australia, first of all, is harder to achieve because the majority of the cows eating on the grass. But plus, for my personal flavor appreciation, when you try mozzarella that is made with Jersey and Frisian blended milk, a little bit more yellow, it's much more tastier. It's much more delicious in your mouth. So I didn't go with the trend of some chef request they were pushing for this white product. I went with my idea to give a flavor and original. So we've been promoting that. And this has been created a difference on the market. Our cheese is very delicious. We try to not take a shortcut. We not standardize the milk still today. Even if today we're working so many liters of milk and we are a big company, we still treat the milk in the same way like when I was started. We pasteurize the milk and that's it. So if today coming with more high fat content or more protein or vice versa lower, we adjust our recipe to have a consistency to the product, but we're not touching the milk. And the milk changing. Milk is a live element. Changing with the season, changing with the dye, with the variety of grass, with the variety of the land. The same grass, if it's growing in one land, have a flavor, and if it's growing to another piece of land, there's a flavor. Like a tomato. We can have the same tomato seeds. You put in your veggie patch and I put in mine, and the tomato maybe have a different flavor. Why? The soil. The soil gives a different flavor to the grass, the same variety of grass, and from paddock to paddock can be different, and change the flavor of the cheese. So this is at the end of all these interesting topic for me. It's so challenging. It's one ingredient. If you think about it, it's just milk. With the milk,
right.
You can create from yogurt to think about cow's milk. How many products do you know?
Oh,
Yogurt,
that's right.
Parmigiano,
Cream,
grana, mozzarella, Swiss cheese. So with the same product,
That's
it's
right.
all about what's the cheesemaker decide to change as a parameters. Interesting, very interesting.
And I wonder too, because you learned about cheese making when you came to Australia. Do you think, and I'm just speculating, because I know that European countries, as you were saying, can be very strict around rules and everything has to be done in a certain way. Is there a certain freedom that comes from learning to make cheese in Australia? Did that allow you to apply your own sensibilities to it?
The market help you.
Yeah.
First of all, the market and the people, they're very open to try new things. Like where I come from in Sicily, they make a few different varieties of cheese, mozzarella, some caciocavallo, and ricotta, and pecorino. Pecorino, besides the things it's important to know, the pecorino should be sheep milk cheese. Because a pecora is a sheep. Pecorino is sheep milk cheese. Difference from Australia, where pecorino sometimes is just the shape, then it's a product named, but it's produced with cow's milk. So in my place, it was just these 4 cheeses: ricotta, mozzarella, caciocavallo, pecorino. That's it. And if you introduce another cheese, maybe it's not appreciated. Not everyone does. And Italy is full of this original product.
Yes.
When I came in Australia, I started to make cheese in 2007. In 2008, I ended 2008, this chef asked me, Giorgio, do you make a burrata? I said, Simon, we're starting soon. I didn't say, no. Yeah, I'm starting soon.
Yeah.
I never saw burrata in my life.
No.
So
That's amazing to me.
I went on internet. I went on books, reading. I started experimenting at home. And when I have a product that was look like, I said, Simon, are you there? Are you going to be at the restaurant tomorrow? I got some burrata sample. Yeah, come along. I went there and we tested together, and we started. I gave it to him an exclusivity for a few months, and then I opened up the market. And I remember, because again, also burrata, our burrata in Australia, at least that's Amore Cheese burrata, is a little bit different from the one in Italy.
Okay.
What's the difference? The stracciatella, the filling is a little bit more runny, more liquid. And why is that? Because this product has been designed by the chef. And the chef wants to have this wow effect to when you open the burrata, this gooiness from the stracciatella have to come out. And in Italy, when you cut the burrata, normally tend to be more thicker. So it doesn't come out running like that.
Oh, yeah.
Completely different, but 2 different products, but similar, very, very similar.
Yes.
It's nothing. The chef wanted this scenographic effect. It's like you have a lava cake. Can you imagine you cut into a lava cake and nothing come out?
No.
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite a performative cheese. I've watched I've watched the cheesemakers make it at South Melbourne Market at Ugo, and it's fascinating to watch.
Yes.
How long does it take before you can be so skilled at the stretching and then the the sealing off. The sealing off seems hard.
Yes, it seems hard because, of course, what you have to close them with is a knot.
Yes.
And for this reason, there was the paragraph of the book is talking about knot or no knot, or closer with the string. There's different models of some cheesemaker very closer with the knot. And you have to do this when the curd is very hot. So you're working with a curd that is above 70 degrees.
Yeah.
You have to be fast and make sure it doesn't cool down. Otherwise, stop to be shaped. Have to be done very, very fast. Still, it's hot, everything is moving. And there's no schools. It's all about practical job. The more you're doing, the more good you become.
Yeah.
Then, for reasons to be faster, in Italy, there was a period where they were making with their knot.
Yeah.
Sealing. And then in this town called Andria, in Bari province, where the burrata was invented, actually, they're making this little bag of curd, and they put the stracciatella inside, and then they close the bag with a string. It's another style as well.
Yeah. How do you do it in an industrial, on a large scale?
It's being fast. Think about also the first burrata cheesemaker, they were blowing the curd.
That's right. Oh.
Okay. I don't know. I'm talking about health and safety, food safety, what it was going to be. There were people was smoking. What I'll talk about?
Yeah.
In the old century, there was different parameters.
Yeah. That's amazing, though. So the curd, that's because the curd has been stretched so that it then becomes like something that you can blow or twist or fill.
Yes, like a chewing gum. Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. But I try, because what happened, in the beginning, I never make a burrata, so I wasn't making this pouch shaping with my hands.
Oh, yeah.
And then I meet this Australian cheesemaker, Richard Thomas. Then he told me, George, in Italy, they was already pretty old. And it was in Italy, they were blowing on the curd. Really? Yes. So the morning after, I met him early in the morning, at 3 o'clock in the morning, with nobody else around, not many people at the factory. I was trying this other technique. Was not practical, honestly. Blowing, first of all, it was not hygienic.
No.
Definitely. And then, honestly, it's like you want to blow up a balloon where the rubber is very strong.
Oh.
Before you be able to blow the balloon, you're already out of breath. So it was not working. I tried that too. I tried everything.
That's right. Where did your love affair with cheese begin? I read that it began in a supermarket aisle when you were at university and disillusioned with your studies.
Yeah, you read that. It's a little bit more than that. I mean, it's exactly that. I finished my secondary school. I went to university. I did 1 year. I realized that studying wasn't for me.
What were you studying?
Engineer.
Ah.
Civil engineer. So I did 1 year. I said, it's not for me. And I stopped going to university, and I found a job in the supermarket. In the supermarket, I traveled through different departments, and I approached also in the deli. In the deli, I get to also experience some cheese that were not really in our shopping list at home. There was some, they were like a gorgonzola, is a blue cheese, a stinky one. Ottaleggio is another washer and stinky. In Sicily, not really moldy cheese has been having much success. So the gorgonzola, the blue cheese or the other was not really. But yeah, all these cheeses from around Italy we were selling in the supermarket. And this was my first experience and contact with a big variety. But stops there. And then after that, I did the army.
Oh.
After supermarket, when I finished 1 year in the army, I went back to supermarket. In the meantime, there was been a crisis because the hard discount supermarket were coming in the market. So my supermarket, where I was doing my first experience, was in crisis. Was reduced sales. Was no need extra workers. I tried to go back there. I didn't go there. I started my new career in sales.
Wow.
From sales, I moved to advertising. And then from advertising, and that was pretty much my call was advertising. I loved advertising. I was feeding myself with all idea from different sectors and supporting this business. And then for a love story, I decided to close the advertising business because I couldn't sell. I have to close it down, and it was so much dependent from me. And I start a brand of a typical product from Sicily and from Isole Eolie into this Aeolian island. There are little islands near Sicily. So we created this brand called La Bella Eoliana, and this range of product branded. For 2 years, we try to sell in this product into the Aeolian islands. I have to say with very good results. Then this love story finish, we split up, we come to Australia. Come to Australia, I said to everyone, I die in Italy, I reborn in Australia.
Yeah. How did you choose Australia? Why
My
Australia?
uncle, my mom's brother,
Okay.
he was living in Melbourne, in Moorabbin. So I come here. I arrived at 11 o'clock at night on the 19th of August, 2004. I left Italy. I was the brown, darker than this table.
Yeah.
10 August in Italy is a full summer. I left on the 18th of August. I arrived here 19, cold weather.
Yep.
19 of August. But from Talam, I arrived at 11 o'clock at night. There was nobody at the airport. They stopped me. The customs stopped, check everything like a border security style. Incredible. Then, because I declare I have some capers, some wine. I declare everything. They check everything.
Yeah.
They close again and they send me out. But they did. And I thought it was something normal. And then after I started to watch the program on television, I said, oh, wow, they can send me back with like this.
That's right.
Anyway, so I arrived in Australia with not talking any English. We didn't know nothing about Australia. I was I like Australia. The vibe, I don't know, there was something. And again, when you go in a place, sometimes or you like or you're not. Or in some place you feel weird, in some place you feel comfortable about energy around. So I went and worked in a fruit shop for 1 year. Over there I learned my first word in English, my first understanding of the habit of shoppers and life in Australia. I liked everything. Then 1 year after, I left the fruit shop and I went and worked in a cheese factory. At this where everything started again.
Yes.
There was an old cheese maker from Puglia with this Italian style cheeses like a bocconcini, ricotta, and mozzarella. And an old guy, so I was young, energetic. I was trying to help him out on everything and try to actually save him to working. He was lifting some of the heavy before he was reaching. I was going before him and lift that and whatever, and learn everything. And in my intention to learn more and more, I was making questions. His name was Joe. I said, Joe, why today the curd looks different from yesterday? Why you want to know? I'll not tell you.
Oh, yes.
And then, Joe, why the milk today smell different from yesterday? Why you want to know? I'll tell you. But I was asking for do better my job. I wasn't noticing this difference. So at the point I said, actually pouring me more curiosity, more than give up, actually. And I called my brother in Florence. I said, Giuseppe, can you buy my book about cheese? So when this book about cheese come, I start to read. I start to put together all the information he was not sharing with me, together with the practical job I was doing that by that, the cheese factory. And I started to make cheese at home. I asked him, can I buy 20 liters milk? I was bringing this milk at home and making cheese.
Wow.
He saw this passion and he proposed to me to go in partnership. He said, Giorgio, you can be interested in a partnership. I give you, I said, yeah. Then we couldn't work on the contract. This was the book I'm talking about.
Oh, wow.
About the famous book arrived from my brother.
I see.
And the first part talk about enzyme, rennet, a few things.
Yeah.
And also this collecting the 293 cheeses protected by the slow food movement in Italy.
Beautiful.
So there are some cheeses that get produced and slowly, because there's less and less people making, the slow food movement try to protect them.
Yeah, delicious. That is burrata.
Yeah, and doesn't look like the one we make.
No, yours looks much better than that.
Absolutely, yeah. So, and then I moved away from the cheese factory. I went and worked to another cheese factory for a few months, and then I went and worked for Visiboard, a recycle company, at night shift, because I have my morning free. After the first 6 months, they were necessary for myself to learn better the job that I was doing. I was not really thinking about much other things besides learning more English. So in the morning, I was watching movie. My wife, my wife at the time, she was working. I was watching movie in English, subtitle in English, a little dictionary to check the wording, and this is how I improved my English. I never have time to go to school. Still making so many grammatic mistakes, and we still using the same 17 words. I use them all the time. And then after that, one morning, I saw myself really on the job. I said, I can't do this job forever. It's not really why I come in Australia. So I was making for home this flat mozzarella called bocconcini leaf.
Oh, yes.
And nobody else was making. I said, no, but I might try to go and see if some restaurant would use that. I have like a vision about this restaurant. Actually, I don't have anything wrong to tell you. It was a brunette, my first customer. I made one batch of this bocconcini leaf. I roll them up, one with salmon, another one with prosciutto, another one with some black olive pate. And the morning after, actually in the morning, straight away, I went to Brunetti. I knocked the door. Is the owner here? The owner was available. Always very busy, this guy, Fabio. He came out. And we spoke, we tested together. I said, how much can you make? I said, well, about 16 kilo in a batch. I said, okay, bring him everything you make. He gave me the first order. Everything started from that. I never stopped again.
It's amazing. And were you cycling around delivering things on a bicycle, first of all?
No.
Maybe I romanticized that, but or you were driving a van. You were doing all the deliveries.
In the beginning, I was doing cheese making on a Sunday.
Yes.
Delivery during the week.
Yeah.
Working at Visiboard at night.
Yeah.
Do delivery with the Esky inside of this very old Ford Liza.
Okay. That wasn't part of my romantic vision,
No.
but okay.
It's romantic for me.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Then in April 2008, I quit. Was the time I stopped at Visiboard. I bought a little van, and I became that Amore Cheese full time because I don't have enough. I couldn't do both jobs.
Yes.
Because I was doing cheese making in the morning. On the day I was doing cheese making, I was finishing my cheese making, have a shower, go to the factory, finish at midnight, have a shower, go back to the cheese factory.
Wow.
I was really killing myself. So I decided to leave Visiboard and start the Amore Cheese full time. My ex-father-in-law was said, Giorgio, you leave a Visiboard. How you can be possible Visiboard? At the time, for the community, it was a company where you have a position there. It was given to living and to prosper. So yeah, this is how I started. And then every day I was making new customer. In 2010, this was 2008. In 2010, I opened up in partnership with the one girl who was working with me, a little shop in Elgin Street in Carlton called La Latteria. La Latteria, where I was bringing the curd from the cheese factory in Thomastown from Donnybrook, because at the time we were in Donnybrook, to Carlton. The curd was transformed every day in burrata, bocconcini, mozzarella, trecce, another product, every single day. I was bringing milk, it was transformed in other little cheeses or yogurt, fermented in this little pie warmer in the shop. Fantastic. And then we were growing because the chefs were enthusiastic about the quality of the product, and they were sharing the number. Call Giorgio. You want a cheese Italian? Where you? But yeah, call Giorgio. So I have a phone call from chefs every time. A chef is also what created that Amore Cheese. Because this is the first product I couldn't put on retail, on the normal public. People don't know about. Even Italian never knew the burrata in Australia. Because the Italians, they come from... I never saw burrata in my life.
Yes, astounding.
People, they were coming here on the 60s. Burrata was not popular at all. It was just a local product from Andrea. Born in 1935, the burrata was and not much refrigeration. After the war, it was still very localized to the little area. So some cheeses, they were so new for the market, it was impossible to propose them on retail straight away. People they were using the chef. Chef was traveling, going to Italy, tried the burrata. Giorgio, I traveled in Italy. Do you make a burrata? Yeah. And so they were sharing the number, especially quality product, like also our ricotta delicata.
Yes.
No other colleagues were making this product. For many years, we have zero competition. In the last few years, other people started to make a burrata and other stuff, but competition is very healthy also. Very good. It's very important.
Did you ever imagine when you were driving around in your Ford Laser that you would have, this is a huge production now, and as you say, it's in lots of restaurants, it's in Coles. I've said to several people, I'm going to speak to Giorgio from That's Amore, and people know That's Amore. So did you imagine, did you dream, or did you want it to be as big and successful as it is, or did it just become...
I was not expecting at the time to become so big. I was performing. Yes, I was performing professionally. I remember I was in this little Ford Laser, going around and proposing my product. But at the time, from day one, I made my little business card. I still have some. I'll show you after.
Yeah.
I have my shirt embroidered, That's Amore Cheese, and I was proposing myself professionally. Yeah. Because I think this was the way to be if you want to start something and growing. And then in 2010, I start to feel the enthusiasm from this product and the real potential. So in 2010, in this little cheese factory in Donnybrook, where I was renting over there, I felt the vibe. In 2012, I felt, okay, I said, we're growing so fast. I have a contract here for 5 years. In 5 years here, we couldn't stay in here. We couldn't be able to copy our production. So I found a landlord that built this factory where we are today here on purpose for me. So I choose this piece of land. He built for me. I designed the factory. And in 2012, I start to have these visions of growing and going bigger, and because also I was proposing, I was a part of the industry. Yeah. Into the industry, there is a magazine, and there is anyway, we do awards. And you meet everyone in this. You meet the small, the medium, and the big. And then you compare yourself and say, okay, they're done. I can do it. They're done. So you see yourself. You benchmark yourself when you see the others. And I was feeling that I was growing. Everyone was talking. We were getting awards and awards and awards. Everyone was talking. So you feel that. And so at a certain point, I start to have the visions to become bigger and bigger and bigger, and here we are. Now we're exporting also in Japan, in Singapore, South Korea, also this Asia. We make some organic mozzarella for one particular brand, and we are halal certified. We tick a lot of boxes. Yeah. In the meantime, we start a sister brand called Cannoleria. Yes. Again, even over there, we have invented cannoli. But, let me put it on these lights. We have invented cannoli, but when we were doing the the exhibitions, we were try the test sampling the cheeses. Sometimes there was all these people come and just grab cheese and eat and go away with no even give us a feedback. So I was like, oh, the people want to eat. Let's okay. I'm not happy to give free cheese.
Yeah, that's right.
I said let's sell the cheese in a dish.
Yeah.
And we start to propose in these exhibitions caprese salad and cannoli. Then we elaborate from caprese salad to caprese skewers with cherry bocconcini and bocconcini. And cannoli. And cannoli because we were using the ricotta. In Sicily, the cannoli, traditionally, they are with ricotta. And here, nobody was making with ricotta. Majority of the people was making with custard. And often, when you put on the display, sometimes there's other dessert that look nicer than cannoli into the display. So the cannoli, sometimes they were there, sadly, on the side. And when we start to piping cannoli in front of the people, people was trying, wow. This business start to grow. At the point, we couldn't copy to producing here in our little kitchen into our cafe. So I was talking to Dario, he was the chef, I said, Dario, we want to do together, we do a business about cannoli. And we started. The first shop was in Seattle Melbourne Market. Seattle Melbourne Market told us, we don't believe cannoli will be enough. Do we want to put also other cheese? I said, let's just try with cannoli, and then if it doesn't work, we put the cheese in. The first weeks, we have 5 people working in the shop, 3 people piping non-stop, and 2 people serving non-stop with numbers. There were nobody expecting these numbers. And since then, we haven't stopped with cannoli. Another things. But we have invented, we just give it...
but it's so delicious.
Yes.
And that, because I don't have a sweet tooth, but I really loved the cannoli because it's not too rich or too sweet.
Correct.
But that consistency of the whipped ricotta is just so smooth, and the crunch is delicious.
Absolutely, because again, it should be piped on the spot.
Yes.
The shell have to be crunchy. And ricotta, again, it's a ricotta. We don't put any preservative.
No.
We proudly still working with preservative and color-free at the Zamora. And we're going to go back on the quality, to not take a shortcut, to try to reproduce day by day, make more and more, but we do not take a shortcut to better quality. It's very important.
I usually end the conversation with a chef by saying, with all your experience, what would your advice be to a young chef starting out? But I was thinking, you're so entrepreneurial and you've moved to a new country, learned a language and built an empire. What would your advice be to people in a business sense for working in hospitality and working through obstacles and producing the kind of product that you have that you're set apart from others?
First of all, there is always a possibility to do something different. And this, especially in Melbourne, can be a point of difference because the market is so open to try new things and do quality and working hard. Nothing coming from nothing. People thinking, first of all, you can't think about a shortcut. If you think of making something cheaper, there is no future in cheaper because you're always running towards the slimmer margin. If you make a quality, you're able to charge for the quality. And so I believe in quality, and there's a lot of opportunity. Always the market changing. I noticed since I started with the Zamora, there's been shifting from pizza to focaccia to panini to pasta, and keeping evolving. And new people coming to the pizza, better quality. More the people understand the quality of the product, more quality come on the market. There's always opportunity. In the reality, for young people, what I say to them is to try to have a vision. And this is the most important things. If you not desire something, doesn't come. And then to be fast to catch the opportunity. The opportunity always comes once. The day after can be another opportunity, but you lose the one from the day before.
Yeah.
It's gone. It's an opportunity is like a wild bird. You know, put your hand, the opportunity come in your hand. Come close and by enough to be catched, but you have to willing to catch, you have to be fast and agile enough to catch the opportunity and make happen. This has been my life. Maybe other people have been more lucky than me, or some others not, but my experience has been that.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Conversation with a Chef with Giorgio Linguanti from That's Amore Cheese. You can check out all the cheesy goodness, including burrata, bonconcina, and some truly beautiful recipe photos from the burrata book at That's Amore Cheese. That's all one word, THATSAMORE cheese. If you'd like to hear more stories from other chefs, I'm also on Instagram at Conversation with the Chef. And if you follow me, then you're sure to know when a new story comes out. You can read this chat online at www.conversationwiththechef.com, and of course, you can follow me on Apple and Spotify podcasts. I would absolutely love it if you told a friend about my chats. It's still the best way to get these delicious stories out into the world. Once again, thanks so much for listening. Have a great day and bon appétit.